I am here today, July 21st, 2020, with a young, spiritual, loving, and caring individual who just so happens to be a gifted medium and healer. Why did you choose two worlds?
Well, good evening, WEI. Thank you very much for this virtual interview. I'm actually very grateful for this virtual interview that we were able to do. I'm very grateful for the opportunity that I have the time today to do this. So to answer the very first question that I have, that you have for me, which is why two worlds? The reason why I chose two worlds for my YouTube channel is because two worlds seemed very appropriate for the content that I do. Now, for those guys who are just tuning into my YouTube channel, checking this out for the very first time, I am a medium who communicates with the spirit world. The spirit world is another separate world. It is another world that is, you know, it's part of this world, but it's a world that a lot of people are unable to see. So that is the reason why it's called Two Worlds, because we're communicating with also the world of the spirit.
How old were you when you discovered your gift of communicating with the dead?
So I was about the age of 9 years old when I discovered that I could communicate with the dead. At that age, you know, at 9 years old, it was definitely a little bit scary because, you know, as a child, you don't understand what's really going on. And the very first spirit that actually came through, I didn't even know who he was. I know he was a he. In fact, he was a very dark spirit. And when I mean dark, I mean like it was a dark silhouette. It was more like a dark shadow. So I don't mean like a negative spirit. I mean a dark shadowed spirit. And that's the first time that I realized that I can communicate.
What is the purpose of creating your YouTube channel, and what makes your channel different from other mediumship channels?
I wanted people to get to know who I really was. And secondly, because I wanted to show people that this really does exist and that this really is a real thing. After watching Crossing Over by John Edwards, back in high school, I was like, oh wow, if this guy could do it, I can do it too. So what makes my YouTube channel much different, or my YouTube channel much more different, is the fact that I teach people on a personal level how to work with their mediumship, how to develop their mediumship. So kind of think of me as a one-on-one, as well as getting to see me in action, you know, doing mediumship readings at different places, doing healings at different places, and things like that.
Do you believe everybody has the ability to communicate with spirit?
Yes, everybody does have the ability to communicate with the dead. Everybody is actually born with that ability, with that gift, with that innate gift. But some people they have to work on it, such as with meditation and the right type of practice, in order to be able to hone in on their skills. And if you continue to join me on my mediumship channel, my YouTube channel, Two Worlds, you will also learn different ways to be able to hone in on your skills too.
How has social distancing affected how you do readings?
I do all my mediumship readings at a spiritualist church where a lot of people that come to our congregation and they are there to actually get readings. They're also there to get healings from several of us who are selected healers. So how has that affected us during the time of the COVID-19? Well, it definitely forced me to realize that there are other ways to do healing and mediumship readings for people other than just in person. Now, I like to do my mediumship readings in person. I don't particularly like to give mediumship readings over a phone or over a camera, like on Zoom. However, because of the whole COVID-19, our church has actually joined through a community called Zoom.
Do you have any up-and-coming projects?
Yes. Not only do I do mediumship readings, but I also do paranormal investigations. I join paranormal teams on their investigations to see what spirits I can actually pick up on over there. Paranormal investigation teams like it. They love actually inviting mediums like myself. So one of the things that one of the biggest projects that we're going to be involved in, that I'm going to be involved in, is actually being part of a paranormal investigation team.
Now, I understand that you are a healer as well. How does healing go hand in hand with mediumship?
So healing goes hand in hand with mediumship because in order to be able to do your mediumship, in order to be able to do your mediumship, you need to be able to be in touch with a healing guide. So when it actually comes to doing healing work, what I end up doing is I do a meditation. I actually go into a meditation and I get in touch with a healing guide, and that healing guide steps in through me. And when I do what's called a laying on of hands, that is when the spirit actually comes through, and they will actually are the ones that are actually doing the healing for me. It's not myself.
How do you deal with people that are skeptics?
You know, the only thing I could say is that the best thing that you could do is to just deal with it. You know, not everybody is going to believe in what you believe in.
Have you been able to communicate with Kobe Bryant?
The answer to that is no. I have not been able to connect with Kobe Bryant.
Do spirits always try to contact you?
Yes and no. They contact me all the time. Yes and no. I have learned how to be able to open and close my doors. Now, this is a very important technique that I will be teaching, that I teach to everybody here on this YouTube channel. Is that it's important to be able to learn when to open up your doors and when to keep your doors closed, because the reason why is because of energy.
What is Spirit's take on coronavirus?
Spirit's take on this is that we need to take a step back. We need to take a step back and slow down a little bit. And we need to get in touch with our faith.
I'd like to thank Avery for taking the time to do this interview. And hopefully the rest of the year gets better and 2021 is even better.
Wei, thank you so much for interviewing me today. And I look forward to actually having you on my YouTube channel. In fact, I look forward to actually giving you a reading someday.